talk about from the event, uh, that was basically Gemini X Bixby, or like their Google partnership, what they are doing with the Google basically. So if you don't know what Samsung did with their new voice assistant, how last year they announced basically how they are going into new AI era, and they couple of launched new AI features, and then this year how they revive their, like voice assistant is going to play big part in going to be AI. So they introduce voice assistant, basically it is Google, but it is also using Bixby, so both are there. But what they have done with voice assistant, that should have done years before, like 1 or 2 years before, but they are doing it now in the name of, kind of in the term of branding in terms of AI, which is still good. At least we are getting it. But I like how uh, basically they did the integration of voice assistant with their own apps at least. So what they did is basically, let's say when I talk to the Bixby and say, hey Bixby, take a note and uh, take a note, and you say something, it will take and save that note. It will have that kind of a context beforehand. So the thing is, Bixby will have the context of whatever in is your notes, whatever in is in your calendar, whatever is in your mails, and with the help of that context, it will help you with your conversation that you are having with Bixby. Let's say whatever, like even like say 1 week from now, like before 1 week before, you have noted down something on notes, and then you ask Bixby, hey Bixby, like whatever, like Bixby, like you ask Bixby that, hey Bixby, like what was the note that I noted that on like this specific date, and it will tell you like those kind of stuff, which even though I say it and it sounds so basic and it should have done before, but it is going like this is what the things they are doing, like they are integrating the live assistants, basically the voice assistants Bixby and Gemini, both are there with integration with their apps, their own Samsung apps. Basically, if you use Samsung Notes, if you use Samsung emails, if you use Samsung's calendar, if you use those, it is already integrated in that. I don't know how well it works again, but the reason I was interested in is because at the start of the year I made or even the last podcast I talk about how AI voice assistant is going to be 2025 major kind of in future for most of the companies, like how Google, how even Apple is going to get entered. And even though they have said in the last WWDC or even the latest iPhone 16 AI features, they are saying the Siri has going to get context, but still to this day we haven't got it. Even though I'm using Siri day-to-day basis, even though I have Apple Intelligence in beta, there is no still to this day updated, publicly updated, uh, uh, publicly given update that the Siri has context and is better than previous one. No, it is still not better. The animation is just have changed, nothing more than that. So, and WWDC is going to be in June. Is like, I don't know. There are rumors that next week the 18.4 beta is going to launch, and I think after 2 weeks from that, I think 18.4 publicly will be launched if there is going to be Siri more content with context, but we don't know. It's still not there. So the first one is already jumped, that is been by Samsung. So the way I talked in the last podcast about the AI voice assistants, that is going to be a major part for this phone. So you don't have to create new features for AI to be said this is what we are doing with AI. It is already there. What you have to do with AI is how you're going to integrate that AI features, that AI capabilities in your older features, like how you are going to integrate AI in camera, how you are integrating AI in your voice assistants, which is not good. If like people are not even using it, how you are going to basically integrate AI in basically majorly all the apps, how like apps, phones, like there are a lot of things, and individual companies, specifically Meta, is doing good with their AIs. Meta AI, like you can see on Instagram how you can generate images with Meta AI, or even doing image generating on WhatsApp. There specifically Meta AI chatbot. Basically, you can use, which will help you. Which is basically a chat GPT or AI integrated in the WhatsApp that can be helpful for you to do multiple things. So why not these companies are doing it? So the obviously they are not going to rush it, but the thing is that is how AI is going to get integrated. So my prediction for this year was, when I wrote that newsletter, or even I talked last week about it in my podcast, like how 2025 is going to be great year for voice assistants, and how AI is going to be at least getting to do the basic stuff good, basic stuff right, not getting, you know, and having contextual awareness, having good speech recognition that Siri doesn't have at all. Because I am testing Siri really hard here, because not just hard, but I'm like, what I mean by hard here is basically using such kind of difficult words to get, especially that is why I'm talking about speech recognition. And I even tweeted about it and posted about in on threads on Twitter about how it didn't get certain words, like I'll sit for, I just asked Siri what does I'll sit mean, and it didn't understand. And the same chat GPT, where it has a good voice assistant with good speech recognition, which understands my accent even if it's Indian, and it does have contextual awareness of at least the whole chat, and it does give me answers good. So like voice assistants are there, but just the voice assistants are already good. The voice assistants they're out there, like Gemini Live is so good. The ChatGPT, like the newer version, is voice assistant is so good that it's just time to get integrated in your own phone, and it is still not done. I don't know how well Bixby uh, basically is good with speech recognition, but it is there. That is what I actually wanted, and that is what Samsung did actually this year, uh, and that is what I'm excited about, what they are going to do with later this year, and also what Apple will do with the Siri. Because I don't think 18.4 is going to have any kind of drastic change. It will have basic speech recognition, basic context, but the thing that I'm waiting for getting integrated with the apps, at least with their own, will be there with iOS 19 only, and will happen in WWDC. And that is why Apple just wanted to get into AI and not wanted to rush things. So they just said that AI is there, but they didn't give us, and still it's not there. And majority of the people don't have AI, Apple users. Like majority of people, like Apple intelligence can be only be used by the iPhone 16 users and iPhone 15 Pro users. That I'm luckily I do have iPhone 15 Pro. So majority of the Apple users who are using even 15, 14 Pro, 15, 13, it's like every other older model doesn't going to have Apple intelligence. So it is kind of a big bet for these companies to start slow but start good with Apple intelligence. That is what they're going to aim basically. uh, and that is what I think this, and they have to understand, like they have to keep interest, like have good stuff with their older models too, like what are the basic things that have to integrate it, that new features they want to do expect accept AI. That is also a thing. So AI voice assistant is going to be a big thing in WWDC in 2025. Samsung has did, and Google will definitely do it with their Google Voice Assistant. I hope they do it, and I hope they just don't say you have Gemini Live and that can do it. We need a proper integration in Google Assistant. Hey Google, we want in that, not just Gemini. Gemini is not a voice assistant. It's an AI, but I think Google is such a good have an opportunity that they are not using it. But voice assistant is going to be a good big thing in this year. That is the thing that I was excited with the Samsung event basically. And I hope other big companies like Samsung, OnePlus, I don't know OnePlus they did it or not. I think with voices I don't think they did it, but I think Google, Apple and Samsung are going to do it first. Let's hope what they do it. And I'm looking forward to nothing also, like what they are going to do, how nothing is going to implement AI in their nothing 3 phones, which will be interesting to see. Like it's a new company, it's like a fresh new company, with new people in it working on with fresh design language. So I hope something we can get interesting out of from them with AI features this year, because they are the company who are doing it with mid-range, and they are just killing it with their product lineup, not just with phones but with headphones, but with CMF products. They are just really good at that. So I hope this year lots of companies try to do voice assistants, because that is what I really want to. But aside from that, I think Samsung also announced their Samsung Edge.